Okay, well, I just got back from Spider-Man Homecoming, and been wanting to see this movie ever since I saw the character introduced in Civil War, and I can honestly say that this is not only the movie that I wanted the Andrew Garfield films to be, it's easily the best Spider-Man film I've seen since Spider-Man 2. I mean, it is that fantastic. I mean, I mentioned before that I wasn't the biggest fan of the way that the Amazing films tried to normalize Spider-Man, and then they threw in elements like a dubstep, electro, I don't remember that many comics. I mean, that's and the market of them is amazing, but at the time the release, Dark Knight Trilogy and Marvel Studios films were amazing, and now that Holland's officially coming into this whole verse via an agreement with Sony and Marvel Studios, they managed to make an ideal introduction to like the character feel fresh and new all over again, even in a summer which has no shortage of sequels and reboots. I mean, some are good, subjective, many others are non-starters. So, only a couple months have passed since the events of Civil War in the film's universe. I mean, where Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland, is trying to balance the pressure of high school life with the responsibility of Spider-Man. That director John Watts openly hated a lot of John Hughes films as influences on the movie's tone. I mean, how it definitely is evident given how even uses of some music and even a few clips of his Beatles Day Off in there, which can definitely explain that. I definitely can get behind Peter Can way some way campers and also a lot of his friends. And some people ask a question: do you prefer superheroes dark or do you prefer them silly? In this case, I'd say they managed to get the best of both worlds. I mean, they managed to balance the often more upbeat nature of the Raimi films with the often edgy and more snarky nature of the amazing duology. I mean, that's evident in the characterization as well. That managed to combine snarky lines and colorful special effects with surprisingly emotional storyline and relatable characters that I mean, the Vulture in this film, which is something I want to do in the past, now they actually bring back, play Michael Keaton, apparently is much more down on his luck villain than someone like, say, Loki or Obadiah Stane. And Keaton's performance is fantastic in this movie, given how he's always at his best when he's crazy. I'll definitely get into more detail when I review, finally do my Batman marathon, go over Justice League. He can also Birdman is a fantastic example of that, given having similar in this case where he described his performance like a horror movie in many ways. I agree, given how he just he actually just basically disintegrates a minion when they spit him in a weapon. Happened simply because, by mistake, accidentally on purpose of sorts, man. And they are going to be. They also are setting up Shocker and the Scorpion, and certainly aren't spoilers given how people Feige's often tease them online. And also, I definitely found the film 210 minutes actually did a better job balancing things in this universe than The Amazing 2 did, and then much longer running time. And it's a film that actually managed to do more simply by doing less. And it's that it actually did a better job establishing a character, and also they're gonna have. I kind of like how they're setting up characters like having these little vlogs on his phone rather than having like an attaboy puts on the mask. Even that it's slowly draws you into the world it's building rather than just trying to hammer you in submission. I mean, in that sense, and they are gonna potentially do the origin story in the sequel. Oh, but I like how they let you enter the world on Peter's own terms, like how we already know that his parents and uncle are gone, and but the side characters are also quite amusing. And thank you, not just how. I also kind of like how that they actually gave new spin not only established characters like who's like Flash Thompson and Aunt May, who in this film is played by Academy Award nominee Marisa Tomei. But I have to think that for all the people who are worried about Zendaya as Mary Jane, I can honestly say that their fears, they can rest them easy given how, again, I insinuated how they've always got an entire generation of people fall in love with people like Black Widow, Gamora, and some so was Jessica Jones, and they've easily. I think Shalane really kind of dodged a bullet given how it came out being cover amazing too. I mean, given how the film still remains polarizing among critics and fans, and I can definitely say it. Been saying it all this time. Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot. And, and, and yeah, because I kind of like to judge a casting not on their how they appear, but also how convincing they can read a line, man. And she kept not only the snark of Mary Jane's character, but also has nice sympathetic qualities, given how she's more of an outsider. And even though I'm unfamiliar with how Zendaya's pop music, she seems to be a very good actress. I mean, and kind of like how they have Tony as well as Happy Hogan, as well as to some extent Pepper Potts, all being reprised in roles by Robert Downey Jr., Jon Favreau, and Gwyneth Paltrow. And even if some of the stuff off the camera has been kind of confusing to me for a variety of reasons, they managed to get a good time as mentor roles while the spotlight's mostly on Peter. And yet, I can honestly say that the series is definitely in good hands, and especially with the sequel going to be the first one of Phase 4 after the Infinity War, and is anyone going to help lead us through whatever chaos is going to ensue in those movies? It's Spider-Man. And as for or anything else, like whatever Sony's got planned, at least all with this Venom spin-off, whatever, I mean, and I am excited for Tom Hardy playing Eddie Brock as well as Dr. Zombieland making the movie, but what I want personally out of the film, whatever Sony has planned, for it to be good. I mean, that's basically what I try to do whenever I go to a movie like this. I mean, I I very rarely go into any film expecting to hate it. I mean, if I usually do that, if I usually have the expectation in my mind, I just wait till the DVD comes out and just rent it, then I won't be out as much money in case I'm not disappointed. But this film is easily ideal way to integrate Spider-Man into their universe, and you can see where things go from here. And even though I admit that the whole record second weekend drop is concerning, there are three. I mean, people ask me what I think about that. Is that's just I'm somewhere in the middle of it. I mean, on one hand, yeah, I admit it's kind of a shock, especially given how the opening was pretty big. On the other, it might be a bit early to be worried about it, given how it's already outgrossed Amazing 2 domestically. It still has opened all places internationally. And also it's been critically acclaimed, and virtually all. It's my first time seeing this. Might be going again soon with my family, and close to everyone I've talked to seems to have really enjoyed it. And because it was able to do something simple, $175 million spent on the film. It's made more than $236 million so far, and very close to cracking $500 million worldwide. Sky's the limit at this point. I mean, managed to do more than the amazing films by doing less. It's because because Holland is the third character we got in live action to wear the mask since the first Rain film 15 years ago. Because I was 10 when I first saw that movie. I'm 25 now, and I can honestly say he's probably been the best actor I've seen in a long time to wear that mask. I mean, because he also manages to get me to care about the person behind it. I mean, with all these ones like in Washington D.C., the whole thing with the ferry, as well as the whole final battle with over New York skyline, as well as like Coney Island. And he manages to balance a snarky teenager with a very fun young man, because Holland is 20 now, but he was just teenage time production, so I can definitely get behind him, and it'll be similar with his growth. I mean, that's growth, and it's definitely like kind of like a Power Rangers, kind of like how they combine like Breakfast Club, a superhero movie, and definitely has a lot of potential for any planned sequels I got in mind. I mean, and even though this is the first film I think I've actually seen and actually not have the great power, great responsibility, highly speech, or some variation of it, it's still an overarching theme of the film where, I mean, he doesn't always he gets to everything he wants to do on time, but he does try to make sure that people don't share the same fate as his uncle. I mean, sense, and that's probably like the most. I mean, he manages to, because that's what makes the character Spider-Man so fascinating to me in general, that he managed to capture the transitional phase, make those lives, and people can identify with that. I mean, he's growing into a young man, but he is still kind of like a young teenager that's going for computer parts, Star Wars merchandise, and whatnot. So, and that's probably, I think it's probably another reason why I'm enjoying Phase 3 so far of MCU, and why it's managed to keep breaking the mold even if Phase 2 is ups and downs. So I give this film a truly spectacular 4 out of 4 since I can definitely say that this is truly a spectacular Spider-Man film. So I'm going to talk about some coming attractions, wins, and then I'll be talking one last episode after that. Okay, so not counting anything else that's going on Comic-Con right now, or it could be just another time, like with Justice League and Stranger Things in Season 2, I mean, I'm definitely going to be going in order of anticipation this time rather than in any particular thing, because, of course, Star Wars The Last Jedi can also address the recent behind-the-scenes video with this, given how I think Rian Johnson definitely is a good choice to direct this film, since haven't seen Looper yet, but it's really good, and Breaking Bad. He directed many episodes of that series, especially one of the last and best ones, Ozymandias. People often ask me that, do you think they'll go for Empire Strikes Back, Axe Coattails, or do something of its own? My suggestion is, might try and do both, given how both John Boyega and Ed Roberts said, hey, that's going to be influenced by that, but also I think Kevin going to be writing and directing it on his own. That would be a great way to advance the story further, given how much I love The Force Awakens, and I definitely am planning on going, especially given how that video showing Carrie Fisher at the end, that would definitely make me happy to see her one last time, because she truly was a general in royalty. And okay, and also other stuff, and also college stuff we have coming out, like Dunkirk. It just came out yesterday. It's really good. I mean, since no one has so far not made a single final dislike from him, and it's a great story. And I kind of like how rather than rely on computers, he actually made a lot of practical effects and also went to a lot of locations where this combat actually happened. He is that good in his attention to detail, and whenever I can get a chance to see it, I will definitely go to it. Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, has potential, I'll admit. I mean, even though I have other comics based on it, I really want to, and mine's not a Fifth Element in respects, given how it's a film that's managed to capture that same visual wonder, even if the storyline is definitely fairly common in terms of space operas. I mean, and also trying to remember what else was there. Yeah, because there's a lot going on, and yeah. And Jumanji Walk in the Jungle, still skeptical about that one, since not just because Robin Williams is along with us, as I find and also I just find the whole concept somewhat alien to me because of my love for the book, and it's supposed like a sequel to the book as well as the original film, but I didn't really kill the original film, so I had no nostalgia appeal to a ruin. And so once again, I'm probably gonna be. Might just go and see The Last Jedi a second time, then wait for the DVD to come out before I say what I think of it because of that. And that said, I think I enjoyed myself. There was a lot of good material going on. I was kind of like how the overall presentation of the film, and next time, or maybe find time on 1000th episode. If I get this far over these past 6 years, and I have been doing a lot of movies from this time period lately, so I definitely finally made a decision a while ago what I was doing my 1000th episode on, so you'll get one hint. It's definitely going to be something in the 90s. I have to wait and see what it is, though, so that's all for now. I also really enjoyed the Stan Lee cameo. I even joked, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out of it, and I'll see you all later. Hater, as your friendly neighborhood YouTuber.